day, you all. Your notes for today that you are watching in your Plus class right now, 1.2, adding and subtracting applications. It might be a good idea for you to pull out your binder, open up to your notes, start a new page, and take down the notes that you see here on the video. I'm going to go kind of quick, but you have a pause button on the video that you can definitely use so that you can pause me if you're writing down notes. We have some vocab. The first vocab word should be a review for you. It's x-axis. That would be the horizontal line of a graph that starts at point 0, 0. An example of an x-axis would be, we make this visible. The x-axis is located right down here, and it would be the point that runs horizontal starting at point 0, 0, which is highlighted right here in green, also called home, and you'll see why in a couple of minutes. Next vocabulary word is going to be, let me get it up for you. Next vocabulary word is origin, 0, 0. I just showed you that on the graph, so I'm not going to go back to the graph. Ordered pair would be coordinates on a graph. Again, you're getting this into your notes. I will show you ordered pair in a couple of minutes. And then the last vocab word that you're putting down into your notes, because hopefully you're taking notes, would be y-axis. Again, a review. Y-axis is the vertical line of a graph that starts at the origin, 0, 0, or we called it home in the graph we're going to be working on, and it's point 0, 0. Okay? Get those into your notes. And then I also am going to have a piece of graph paper that Mrs. Miller will give you. And you can actually follow along and put this in your notes as well. The graph paper looks exactly like this. And if I were you, I would pause my notes, or I'd pause this video right now, and I would actually copy this funky, kind of confusing looking graph onto my piece of graph paper. Let me explain it. So first of all, we have the x-axis, which we talked about. We have the y-axis, and remember the y-axis, it should be a review, would be everything, or would be the axis starting at point 0, 0, right here, that goes vertical or up and down. The origin is 0, 0. 0, 0 is an ordered pair, which is one of our vocabulary words. An ordered pair would be two coordinates that tell you where to place yourself or a position or a spot on a graph. So, to practice ordered pairs, I'm going to tell you that to get from the origin, 0, 0, which we also call home, to Mars. Mars is a point right here. We are going to call Mars ordered pair, starting at the origin, 1, 2, 3, over 4. So Mars is going to be over 4. Again, this hopefully is review. We went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, sorry, I'm wrong. We are actually going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will erase 4. We are going to go up 5 as our ordered pair. Or over 5 as our ordered pair, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Mars, an example of an ordered pair, would be located at spot 5, 7 on your graph. And as you can see, from home to Mars, we got ourselves 800 miles. Okay? Now, Mars, located right here. Jupiter, located right here. The coordinates for Jupiter, starting at 0, 0. We go over 1, we go over 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So our coordinate for Jupiter is over 11 and up 1, 2, 3. 11, 3. And as you can see, Jupiter is 600 miles from Mars. Jupiter is 600 miles from Mars. So my first question, pretty basic. How far is it to Jupiter? So for your question, I want you to actually write this question down. I think we're on number 5 in our notes. How far to Jupiter from home when going through Mars? So, being the smart lads that you are, you know that you have to start at home, which is the origin. You need to go 800 miles to Mars, so that would be 800. And then you know from Mars to Jupiter, because you're reading the map, is 600 miles. You're going to add those guys together, 800 plus 600. Okay, mental math, 8 plus 6 is 14. We just drop our 2 zeros down. Obviously, you need to label it. 1,400 miles between the origin and Jupiter if you go through Mars. Okay, now, last note for today. My idea is I don't want to go through Mars to get to Jupiter. I just want to go straight from home to Jupiter. And I'm going to tell you that to go from home to Jupiter, it is 900 miles. 900 miles. Okay? So my question is, again, you can write this in your notes. I'm going to erase number 5. My question is, remember I erased 5, but you can always rewind in your video to get 5 back. My question is for number 6, how much shorter is it from home to Jupiter if you don't go through Mars? And hopefully you've realized that these distances are nowhere near accurate. Hopefully you've realized that. So we know that to go from home to Mars to Jupiter, we got a total of 1,400 miles, which was number 5. Now we want to know how much shorter it is to go to Jupiter from home if you don't go through Mars. So from home, the origin to Jupiter is only 900 miles. Subtraction, because we want to know how much shorter it is. Okay, mental math, this is not something you really should show your work on. We know that 14 minus 9 is 5. We drop our 2 zeros. We obviously label the answer. We know that it is 500 miles shorter to go straight from home to Jupiter as opposed to going from home to Mars to Jupiter. Reading a map, adding, subtracting numbers was really our objective for today. Hopefully we accomplished our objective by going through this lesson. Your assignment for Monday when you get together in class with me, your assignment is to complete practice 1.2, 1 through 6 all. I'll write that down. You are going to complete practice, so this should go on your planner under an event, complete practice 1.2, sorry, 1.2, 1.2, 1.2, don't get confused, 1 through 6 all. This is already in your notebook. It's right behind practice 1.1, which you completed for your homework yesterday. So go to the back side of practice 1.1, which is in your notebook. It's on the back side. You're going to do 1 through 6 all using the notes in the video that I just gave you. It is due on Monday. Good luck.